was love at first sight, straight out of love movies, right? But now I'm crying on my bathroom floor. You walk with me home late at night. I guess I'm the chic so polite, but turned out I could never see the signs. In a way I don't mind. You were kind, I went blind for the one. Cause one day you were only having fun. You say you were one of the good guys. Here I am stuck in a maze. Gotta say, I'm falling for one of the good guys again. You say you were one of the good guys, would hold me like nobody else. Not okay, I know that I should stay away. Hear my heart beat like the drum. It begun, I'm falling for one of the good guys again. Hear my heart beat like a drum. It begun, I'm falling for one of the good guys. You got somebody else on your mind. I thought about her all the time, but I cannot waste my heart like that. Cause babe, in a way I don't mind. You were never the one. It turned out I'm happier when you are not around. You say you were one of the good guys. Here I am stuck in a maze. Gotta say, I'm falling for one of the good guys again. You say you were one of the good guys, would hold me like nobody else. Not okay, I know that I should stay away. Hear my heart beat like the drum. It begun, I'm falling for one of the good guys again. Hear my heart beat like the drum. It begun, I'm falling for one of the good guys. I'm falling for one of the good guys. One, I am done. Then two, I want you back again. Yeah, three, here with me. Cause four, I want you more, baby. I'm 5 minutes away. Please, can you wait? I'm falling for one of the good guys. You say you were one of the good guys. Here I am stuck in a maze. Gotta say, I'm falling for one of the good guys again. You say you were one of the good guys, would hold me like nobody else. Not okay, I know that I should stay away. Hear my heart beat like a drum. It begun, I'm falling for one of the good guys again. Hear my heart beat like a drum. It begun, I'm falling for one of the good guys.
Jubilee Marisa! Hi, welcome to the program. That was awesome. Have a seat. So that was your brand new single, Good Guy. Okay. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much.
So let's start off by talking about the single. We'll get into your career in a minute. The song has kind of like a light, happy sound and feel to it, but the theme is actually a little bit the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an irony actually.
Okay, tell us a little bit about it.
So, as a young 20-year-old girl, obviously, I felt the dynamics of, falling in love and heartbreaks and all that. Basically, this single, Good Guys, is me ranting about how disappointed I am. It's basically an angsty song, but we wrapped it with like this sweet melody and sweet tone. But it's actually just me being super angry.
Very sweet, but ranting at the same time. But did you fall for the good guys?
Well, what she thought was a good guy. This is what I'm getting from the
So
song.
this good guy thing is actually a sarcasm.
Yeah.
I fell for a good guy.
Yeah, but apparently he wasn't.
Not that good.
Okay.
All right.
Because if he was, the song wouldn't exist. Anyway, so your first single was 2016, correct?
True.
That was last year that you
Last
released
year,
it.
yes.
So tell us a little bit about, when you released your first single. I guess it would have been about a year ago now. What has that been like now for this past year for you, now that you've actually been releasing new music?
It's been such a process. 2016, comparing to Good Guys, is such a huge difference for me because 2016 was such a lovey-dovey song and all that, and I was still, I wrote 2016 when I was 13, and now that I'm,
really?
Wow.
and now that I'm 20, like it's such a, quite a huge gap. So.
Oh, so you wrote 2016 actually in the year 2016.
True.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah. So there's like a lot of personal growth, and you know what I mean, right? And all that process. So yeah, I grew up and all that, and this Good Guys song is, it's a new door.
Part
to
of your
a new
evolution,
era.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So if
Okay.
we rewind back a bit further, you started singing at 10 years old, correct?
10 years old.
Okay.
Wow.
So what was it like, that transition for you? I mean, I'm sure you started singing as a hobby, and at one point you realized, hey, I think I want to do this like permanently. When did that happen? And what was it like at home? Like, did you get the support from your family immediately?
Well, my whole family, like mostly there are musicians and artists and all that.
Nice.
So
That helps.
they fully support me like 100%, and I'm very lucky to have that. But the moment I knew that I was going to take this music thing seriously is that when I knew it makes me so happy.
Okay, and that's why you wrote your songs. You kind of dive into the creative process of this. Maybe you can talk more about this particular single.
Yeah, so Good Guys, I wrote it with Gustav and Camilla. Those are like quite huge producers, and I'm really happy to work with them. It was such a amazing experience, and it was fun because writing Good Guys was actually quite easy.
Really?
And yeah, it was pretty quick because we just already knew what we were going to talk about. So, with the difficulties, even though like we have those COVID stuff and all that, so we had to do it online and all that. But it was pretty easy for us because
Yeah?
we were just basically ranting.
How long did it take for you to finish this single?
Like a month.
Really? A month
Yeah.
with all the arrangements? Wow.
Okay, so in case any of our viewers are not familiar, Gustav that you're talking about is actually someone who had worked with artists such as BTS and Girls' Generation. So what did you learn? I mean, you're obviously working with people who have had experience doing this before and successfully at that. What was your biggest takeaway having this experience working with others that have had previously?
Surprisingly, they work really fast.
Okay.
And it was like really inspiring for me because here I still do procrastinate stuff.
Okay.
Like, I still procrastinate my works and all that. And seeing Gustav and Camila at that time, they work really fast and they were so smart at what they're doing. So it really inspired me.
So it just kind of taught you to be disciplined and stay on track. kind of
Yeah.
thing, right? Yeah, that's good.
I see. Do not procrastinate. That's one. Yeah, me too. Me too. So we also want to know, in one interview, you revealed that your music references are mostly from the 80s and also the 70s. So can you tell us more about this? Who are your idols and what have they influenced you so far in your music journey?
Maybe because of my family, I feel like they influenced me a lot to what I listen to. That's why I listen to old songs. For now, the songs and the artists that I have in my head would probably Gilbert O'Sullivan, if you know, Alone Again Naturally. Yeah, I've been listening to that song, and I've been collecting cassettes as well.
Cassettes. Do you have the player?
Yeah, I do.
You still have the player?
I still have the player and the
Wow.
Walkman, so I can bring the cassette
Oh
everywhere
my
I go
goodness,
and
the
all that.
Walkman, I missed that.
I know.
Okay.
I mean, it's such a fun thing to do and very nostalgic. And yeah, it plays a really big role in
Yeah.
the music that I make.
Did you still rewind it with a pencil?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes, yes.
The best way to save the batteries, but then they came out with rechargeable batteries, so we don't have to do that. Did you do it like this, the twisty, or did you twirl it? I used to twirl it, yeah. Okay, anyway. No, so someone your age who was actually born in the 2000s, looking back at music from the 70s and 80s, what are your impressions of it? Because music has certainly changed, but you were not living in that era, you're listening to music from that era. So what are your impressions about music from the past?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's such a magical thing, to travel with music. It can bring you to any places and any memories you want
time
to.
as well, right?
Yeah. So every time I listen to those music, back in the days, what I feel is it's just a very magical thing.
Yeah.
I find music from the 70s especially, it's just more organic. It's less of the synthesizer, everything is on beat.
Yeah.
Everything was, like things would be off beat. You could literally hear it sometimes because everyone's doing everything manually in the
Yeah.
studio, as opposed to everything being arranged already.
Yeah, I asked you the question, right? Which generation of music you like the most? And you said 70s, right?
No, I think I said 80s.
You said 80s?
Yeah, I did.
I said 60s.
No, even
Okay,
better than me.
but enough about music. We want to talk about your inspiration as well because we heard that you really love the works of Pramudia Nantatur. And I really love Pram as well. But I want to know what about what do you see in his work? What draws you into diving into Pram's world?
I feel like he is very honest
Yeah.
with his works, with his writings and all that, and I really love that. And I'm trying my best to implicate that as well in my songwriting. He inspires me a lot to, just fully write whatever you feel. And Pram inspires me a lot to, write more and, just be honest.
What is your favorite book from Pram?
Bumi Manusia,
Of course.
Rumah Kaca,
Rumah Kaca.
Jejak Langkah.
I haven't read that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like in a one package.
Yeah. That's the third part of the trilogy, right?
True.
Yeah. Right.
So I've heard that from other musicians as well. Those that love to read find that it actually goes very hand in hand with songwriting. Do you find the same thing as well? And do you read and do you find it does benefit when you do want to get inspired in order to write your own music? And if so, how?
Yeah, I do, because sometimes when I read certain books, it's like relatable, the stories. So I can like connect the stories from the book to, my perspective of it and then make a song out of it. So, I can always connect a line.
Very cool.
All right. So I asked this before, but can you recommend 3 of his works that maybe we should read, as young adults?
And why?
And why?
Young adults and somewhat older adults.
Young adults.
Well, obviously, Bumi Manusia, Rumah Kaca, and Jejak Langkah. that I
Okay,
mentioned.
3 of those. Okay.
Get the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
That's what she means.
Yeah.
Do you have another author that you like from Indonesia?
Sa Pardijako Dam.
Oh, he's my mentor.
really?
He was my mentor in IKJ. I love
Oh my
him.
goodness.
Lucky you.
Yeah, his work was great. But you should also read Eka Kurniawan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
also
yeah.
great.
Totally.
We talk about books.
Yeah, that's okay. We can mix the two. They're both very valid forms of art.
Music and books.
But back to music for a minute. Is this part of a larger project, Good Guy, that you're going to release, for example, like a mini album or a full album?
Yeah, we're actually working on a mini album.
Okay.
And I hope it's going to be great, and I hope people will like it as well as much as I do, because in this new age, I really want to make something new.
That's right. It's
Right.
getting harder these days, originality, right? Because there's so much music out there. When can we, or do you have a timeline? When can you expect this?
No, not yet. I
Not
can't
yet?
spill
Okay.
it yet.
All right. Keep it under wraps. I like it. Big secret. Anyway, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you,
for having me.
Jubilee.
It's certainly brightened up our mornings, and we hope that it's brightened up yours as well. Once again, you can get Good Guy from Jubilee Marisa from all streaming
All
platforms.
streaming platforms.
There you go.
Good guy from the good guy.
Good guy from the good guy.
All right. We're up for another short break. In the meantime, don't forget to follow our social media accounts if you haven't already. We're on Instagram, X, and YouTube at C2D News. Stay tuned.
I'm actually a good guy, but not like this.
Okay.